Okay, and now it's time for the rest of the game! It may look short, but this is going to cover Operation 007 to the epilogue. It's largely because I didn't really miss a whole lot overall in these operations. I mean, I think part of it may be that I ended up accidentally missing items that I found, but I think part of it is that I didn't miss that many overall, largely because I had the treasure sensor, so I was able to locate these things a bit easier. Now, I will also say, this is probably going to be one of the last short part of the extras, largely because once we get past the in-game stuff, there are quite a few rather lengthy things to deal with. The QuickTime event fails is rather long, and then a bunch of the extras-y stuff. There's a lot of it, so we are going to be covering it all, and that's going to take a while. Now what we're doing here with Chuki is basically getting that impregnable bottle cap. So what you should really do when you first play this mission is run backwards, and once you have Chugi, and repel all of these drill cells that are here. Doesn't matter if you want to progress further. If you want to get this bottle cap on your first run through of the mission, you are going to have to do it this way, because there aren't enough drill cells going forward from Chugi to allow you to get it on a first run. There are, however, enough if you even just run back this far, so that's quite helpful. Another thing I should probably point out is that you've probably noticed in the past couple of parts me getting the weapons from enemies. Also, that cutscene, because I've generally missed most of them, but that one I was able to get, and it's quite cool, so I thought I'd include it. But also, unlocking enemies' weapons is being included, because I want to show you what the weapons look like, and also because we are working towards getting the Mind If I Borrow That bottle cap. So you should probably see these things in the game. Because, I mean, some of the weapons look quite cool.
Team, unite up.
And now we are in Operation 008. If there's one operation that I have played through the most in this entire game, it's Operation 008B at this point, because basically my reasoning behind it was that it's a very easy level to level things up, level your wonderful ones up on, because you've got a bunch of powerful enemies that take a lot of hits to kill, so you can rack up a lot of usage with your wonderful ones. I also thought that it was a great thing for trying to get the rogue hero and heave-ho bottle caps. Unfortunately, I was kind of wrong with the heave-ho bottle cap. It is throwing enemies and not throwing cars, so my plan was completely put to waste. Either way, these things happen. But it's still a pretty decent one for Rogue Hero, because you've pretty much got a set amount of things to wreck every time. Also, this is the this weapon, and my god, it's huge. Like, when it dropped, I was just like, blimey neck, that thing's massive. I was definitely not expecting anything that size. Then again, the crab is huge. But yeah, I rather surprisingly didn't miss all that much in Operation 008B, at least I don't think I did. However, I did miss this, which is a wonderful figure. Doesn't show up here because I had a recording failure, as I believe I said when we first came to this mission. But yeah, it was just like, oh. But we got it. It's fine. And that's actually it. I'm really surprised by how little I missed in that one. At least, what I found. Now, you may be wondering, why on earth am I showing this bit of the boss again? Well, because something very, very unexpected happened after beating this QuickTime event. Yeah, we got Opat's Passion, which you get for kind of getting 10 million Opats throughout the game. It was just like, Luminac. Now, couldn't find anything that I missed in Operation 009A. I mean, the only place you can miss anything is on the end van, and pretty much I got all of that. And then we're back on this blooming shield generator in all its painful glory. And surprisingly enough, we're actually going to get quite a few things from this. So, circling the centre thing gives you a wonderful figure. And then, what we're going to do now is get something that's pretty damn awesome. Also quite challenging. So I said earlier that there was a bottle cap that you could get quite easily in this operation for using 10 Unite Morphs in a single combo. That's what we're doing right now, because we are badass. Now, the best way to do it is kind of just cycle through your Unite Morphs and just hope and pray that he doesn't launch his really stupid anti-Unite Morph thing. But also make sure that you try and stay close to the ground, because otherwise your attacks won't hit, and you need your attacks to hit to be able to kind of get the bottle cap. It's a pain, but yeah. Also, having hero time, so useful, because it gives you kind of a little bit more breathing space in which to create your Unite Morphs and kind of pull off an attack. But there we go, Uniting Guru, and with that we have unlocked Wonder Scarf, aka Alice McGregor. Now, Unite Scarf, well, Wonder Scarf is pretty awesome. Also, that's Platinum Forever. Not as useful as it really should be. It's more useful on a lot of enemies and not single things. Now, what just happened there, rather embarrassingly, is I unlocked the Super Unite Morph. What that is if you draw the biggest Unite Morph you can, if you have the wonderful one associated with that special one. So, Wonder Scarf is a special version of Whip. So drawing a massive Whip creates that, and that gets you that bottle cap. And last but not least, for Operation 009, we have to get the absolutely wonderfully cheeky Geathjerk file that is hidden away right at the start. I have absolutely no idea how you're meant to figure this thing out, but evidently they felt it was a good idea. Because basically what you've got to do is you've got to jump into the middle and, well, not into the middle, but you've kind of got to jump onto the platform and then jump back. But don't go too far, otherwise you can't get it at all. It's really mean. But I guess it's kind of one of your final challenges to find. I think that was probably the single most difficult to locate Geathjerk file in the entire game for everywhere. I remember kind of on the game FAQ website, there were a lot of people just like, where is that Geathjerk file? I can't find it. I've checked everywhere. The only place it can be is Operation 009C, but it can't physically be there. And it is. It's a bit cheeky.
The wonderful 101.
And now we are into the epilogue. I still can't believe I missed that Geathjerk file when I played through the game the first time. It's like, really? Past me? Really? You couldn't just grab it when you ran there? Ah well. Now, this wonderful figure's a bit mean as well. So, kind of, it's very difficult to spot, and then once you have spotted it, it's kind of difficult to get up. Because what you've got to do is you've kind of got to ride the wind up, and then jump. To kind of get high enough to grab it. It's a bit odd, but it works. Now, having kind of basically beaten the game an entire second time, you may be wondering what on earth is in the next kind of part of the extras. Because we're still in gameplay. And I'm certainly not lying to you in that respect. Well, it's kind of going to be a little bit of a secret until we get there, because there are a few things which I can show you, but I couldn't really put them in to the parts where they are associated, because they don't really associate to anything. Also kind of wanted to show you afterwards. Also, this is kind of going to show off all of the wonderful ones without their masks covering their eyes. It's quite cool.
We are not even the wonderful 100 anymore.
Save the chat for later.
We have hands full. They will remember today as the day they were driven from our world.
I hope I do that too.
I'm not gonna let anything happen to Earth on my watch.
I still love this cutscene so much. It just feels so epic, so awesome. It's just great.
Virgin Victory standing by in cruise mode.
Listen to them new engines purr. At twice the speed and half the fuel to boot. Woohoo! You gotta love hybrid technology.
Listen up, team. We've isolated a Geathjerk base in sector PG-4797. As soon as operations here are complete, we move in for a surprise attack. Let's wrap this up.
Roger. We'll have the last of them.
And with that,
no time.
it is time to head on into the last section of our missing bits of the extras for Wonderful 101. So, let's get on with it.